Hello guys, welcome back to the video. Today is day 9 on the model farm, so let's get into it. Starting off down here, not much going on really. The Land Rover is still parked up. Mini Digger has been sort of parked in front. I believe someone, don't know who, has been pressure washing it, and they're just letting it dry off there. After he did a couple of jobs, I think last week. So yeah, she's been due a clean, so mainly sort of under or the underneath of it and in between the tracks where it doesn't tend to get washed much. Then in the shed, as you can see, there's not that many cows, and if you look very closely you will see we have a couple of calves. So calving and lambing has started. Started on Sunday, so the 1st of March. Always starts on the 1st of March, or around that time at least. So there's about 5 left to calve, and there's probably about 15 sheep left to calve. There's that many of them. But in case you don't know what happens, basically they're born within 2 days. If they're fit enough, they will go out into the field. If they're not, they will stay in a bit longer. Same goes for the lambs. Yeah, and then they just slowly go out, and obviously if they go to the field and then they start, I don't know, they start feeling sick or getting problems with them, they bring them in, and then they get treated and whatever, and make sure they're better before they go back out, just to sort of minimise any deaths. So I don't think we've had a single death of calf or lambs in the past couple of years, so they're getting on top of it, I guess you could say. And then you got the ducks there with the ducklings, so you can sort of see that spring is sort of here. And then they've got their fresh bale there. Herds low loader just parked up there. Then you got the ICE 200 and the 774 parked up in the shed just to get a bit of cover. Nothing new in the shed there. Nothing new in this shed either. But a lot of the things in the yard will be moved around once the animals are out of the sheds, because then they have more space for storing things. So until then, they're all just parked up in their usual sheds. Usual things around here. As you see, it's a couple sheep left, and you can see they're all running for the bale there. We've got the farmer's son in the telehandler, just giving them a fresh bale there. So I think they're averaging about 1 a day. One ewe and 1 cow a day, which is what it's been like for the past couple of years. So I don't know how they've done that, but yeah, we managed to do it there. And as you can see, there's a couple ewes in the back there with a bit of the bale that the farmer's son's just ripped off and chucked in the hay racks there. So obviously 1 hay rack for 2 pens, so it's half and half. It just saves you having to chuck a bucket over and what have you. We've got twins in the back and then single on the left there. So, and you can also see that the farmer's son has kept some hurdles against the sheep trailer just as spares in case we get meg lambs. So far we don't have any, but you never know. And you can see the farmer finally found some hurdles, so he's got 4 new hurdles. So in total I think he's got about 8 or 12, because those pens were there, those 2 spare, and then those 2 there, and those 4 there are the new ones. Doesn't need too many, because basically what happens is every pen gets used. So obviously these 2 are empty, and obviously tomorrow that one will be filled up. So whether the pen's empty, the ewes go in anyway, because they only do one a day. They don't have to sort of keep on putting the same pen, keep on having sheep in. So just sort of rotate them around. Once every pen's been done, they move on and repeat it. And they change the bedding every time a ewe and lamb goes out to the field. They change the bedding and what have you. And we've got all the bits of kit in the shed. The quad's been parked there just because it'll be on the sheep shed probably to move a couple of sheep out into the field. And you've got a couple spare hay rack there. If we have Meglam's foot bath and the ewe sacks will probably be moved over towards the pen just so they can easy access for them, just to give them a bit of extra feed, I guess. Then we have a farmer in his 3220 fast track. Seen him out and about, but he's just dropping off the cattle trailer there, back where he found it, as he's just been using that for moving some of his animals out into the shed, because he started in February, I think, his lambing and calving, so he's just had a whole bunch of sheep and or cows to chuck out to the field, so he's just borrowed the cattle trailer there and just dropping it off. Not sure if he doesn't have his own or what the story is there, but yeah, he's just dropping that off there. And the usual stuff there in the pit hopefully will be used in the next couple of months if the weather stays good. Bale trailer and the double bale after there, still part up. And as you can see, the bales are slowly going down, so once all the bales are gone, they'll move the trailer and double bale lifter along towards the hedge, so they've got a bit more space for parking things there. And here we have the main man himself, the farmer, in the T6080. We have the herbs dump trailer on the back. He's just coming to the yard there. As you can see, he's got a bit of straw or bedding in the back there. So he's just been helping out a farmer muck out one of his sheds, as his cows are done calving, so they needed quite a big shed, to be fair. And his dump trailer was getting a new tyre put on, so he was down a dump trailer, so he asked if we could, we're only down the road, so it doesn't, not too far of a journey, so he's just piled up there, and he'll probably give it a wash once the digger's moved. And coming out into the field, we actually have animals in it for once. We've got the first two to lamb, both have twins, and then in the cow field, we've got two cows with their two calves, well, with a calf each. So probably by the next episode there will be, most of the cows will probably be in, if not all of them will be in the field, and the ewes will probably be halfway through by then. They do one a day, and the ewes take the longest because there's more of them, and obviously there's only 9 cows, so it's not that it doesn't take that long really. It's only 9 days, whereas there's about 17, 18 sheep, so that's at least a good 2.5 weeks. Also, I asked a farmer recently what happened to the black Hereford they had last year. So she actually died. Just they woke up one morning, went to the field, and she was just there. They thought she was dead, and then obviously she came into the shed with the other cows. She was fine, and then one morning she just dropped dead. So hence why they've got a Belter Galloway now, because they've had that at the other farm for quite a while, and they've just sort of brought it into this sort of herd of cows, because they're all beef, so as long as they're all beef, they just be fine. It'd be a bit awkward if there was dairy cows with beef cows and all that, but yeah, so that's what happened, if anyone was wondering. Then in the field here, we have a bit of an interesting one. We have basically a runaway horse has come into our field, and pretty much there was a Facebook post saying, has anyone seen this horse? She's ran away not long after being put in the field, and she's jumped over a couple of hedges and she's ended up in our silage field, so she's not gone too far, and someone said they spotted her, so she said, can I come get my horse out of your field? So we said, yeah, that's fine. Pretty nice disco on there, very nice, I want to say somewhat luxurious, possibly expensive horse box. And they've got the woman there with a bucket, and they've got her foal there to try and entice her into the trailer. I don't know what that is around her neck, but possibly to try and have something to hold on to her if she tries to run away. I don't know too much about horses, if I'm being honest, but yeah, so there was another horse, a fully black one, and had ran away into the field next door to where they should have been, so it wasn't that bad, and she hasn't done too much damage, or she's done eat a bit of grass, so, and this field's relatively flat, so it's not like it's boggy or anything, so it doesn't really do any damage to the field. Then over the hedge we have the sort of local Scania, I guess you could say, on the low loader with quite a load. He's got the older Scania, I think it's an R470, I think, cab, just a cab, on the front there, and then he's got a flatbed Ford lorry with a couple parts there, and then you've got a T6, the older T6 175, and its wheels on the back on top of it, so quite a tall load. I don't know how he's got away with not hitting trees and that, but yeah, I bet that exhaust is pushing out a bit of black smoke there. I have to pull it, that's got to be some weight on the back there, but I believe these are all going to, they're either going to be sold or have been sold and going to their owners for parts and stuff like that. So that's quite an interesting load there. I don't know how tall that is, but it's probably clipping a couple of trees. Same with the Scania cab there. Then next to it we have 6R185 on an 8 bale trailer with a couple of bales there, just moving them to his yard so he can have them for his animals and doesn't have to go to the field to get them or a shed, so he's just bringing them closer to his yard. You can barely see it, but you can see that there, so yeah. So into the video guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and bye.